Hello viewers, tutorial 10, question 6, and we're doing some differentiation here. So in this video we have 8 functions to differentiate. The first is 10x to the 4 minus 6x plus the fourth root of x cubed minus 13 over x squared plus pi squared. So we need to set this up so that we can differentiate it. We need to deal with the fourth root term and the over x squared term. So we've got 10x to the 4, which is fine to differentiate. So is the 6x. The fourth root of x cubed, we need to write that as x to the power of 3/4 minus 13x to the minus 2 plus pi squared. So that's now set up. It's all ready to go for differentiation. So let's differentiate it, and if we do so, we get y dash is 10 times 4 is 40. X to the power of 3 minus 6x differentiates to minus 6. 1 times x to the 3/4 is going to be 3/4. X to the 3/4 minus 1 is 3/4 minus 4 over 4 is minus 1 over 4. Then we have the minus 13x to the minus 2. Minus 13 times minus 2 is plus 26. X to the power of minus 3. Pi squared is just a number, roughly 9.86, so it differentiates to 0. Okay, so the derivative is 40x to the power of 3 minus 6 plus 3/4 x to the minus 1/4 plus 26x to the minus 3. Question B, we have the exponential function y equals 11e to the minus 6x minus 22e to the 4x squared. So we've got y dash, because we're differentiating. 11 is a multiplying constant which stays there. When we differentiate an exponential, we need to use the chain rule. We'll do that the quick way. So an exponential stays as it is. So it's going to be e to the minus 6x times the derivative of that power. Minus 6x differentiates to minus 6. Minus, here we've got 22 as a multiplying constant. E to the 4x squared stays as it is, times the derivative of that power, which is 4x squared differentiates to 8x. 11 times negative 6 is minus 66. E to the minus 6x. 22 times 8x is 176. Times x, e to the 4x squared. Okay, so that's the derivative of 11e to the 6x minus 22e to the 4x squared is minus 66e to the minus 6x minus 176xe to the 4x squared. Now we have some logarithms to differentiate. So 11 again is a multiplying constant here. Y dash is 11. Ln of x would differentiate to 1 over x. If we're going to use the chain rule, we get 1 over that bracket times the derivative of that bracket. So 3x differentiates to 3 minus, here we've got log of something, so if we differentiate that we get 1 over the bracket, so 1 over 2x squared, times the derivative of that bracket, which is 2x squared differentiates to 4x. Okay, so we've got 11 times 1 over 3x times 3. So 3 is actually 3 over 1. We've got a 3 on the top and on the bottom. 3's are going to cancel out here. So we've got 11 on the top over x on the bottom. Minus, here we've got 4x over 2x squared, so 4 over 2 is 2. X over x squared is x on the bottom. And we can actually simplify that further. 11 over x minus 2 over x is 9 over x. Okay, so question 4 here, question D, we've got y equals ln of x squared minus 6x plus 8. So y dash is going to be, if we differentiate that, we have 1 over that bracket, 1 over x squared minus 6x plus 8 times the derivative of the inside of that bracket, which is going to be 2x minus 6. So we get 2x minus 6 over x squared minus 6x plus 8. Okay, so now we have some trig derivatives. So we've got the function y equals sine of 10x minus cosine of 11x. So y dash is going to be sine differentiates to cosine of that same bracket, but we need to multiply by the derivative of that bracket. So 10x differentiates to 10 minus cosine differentiates to negative sine. So that's going to be, since it's negative, makes that a plus. And we have sine of the bracket multiply by the derivative of the inside of that bracket. So 11x differentiates to 11. So the derivative of sine of 10x minus cosine of 11x is 10 cos 10x plus 11 sine 11x. Question F, we've got another log function to differentiate. We've got ln of 5x minus 3, and if we differentiate that, we get, because it's a log function, it's going to be 1 over that bracket, which is 1 over 5x minus 3 times the derivative of the inside of that bracket. So 5x minus 3 differentiates to 5, that's what goes on top. So your derivative of log of 5x minus 3 is 5 over 5x minus 3. Two more to do. So we've got y equals 10x cubed minus 11 over tan of 3x. So we've got a function on the top, we've got a fraction to differentiate here, which means we need to use the quotient rule. So the top line, 10x cubed minus 11 is your u, and tan of 3x equals v. So your quotient rule is y dash is u dash v minus uv dash divided by v squared. Okay, so let's work out what u dash is, which is the derivative of 10x cubed minus 11. The minus 11 is going to make no contribution here, it's just going to be the derivative of 10x cubed. So 10 times 3 is 30 x squared, and for v dash we need to differentiate tan of 3x. Tan differentiates to 6 squared, bracket stays the same, so it stays 3x, and then we need to multiply by the derivative of 3x. 3x differentiates to 3. Okay, so y dash is u dash, which is 30 times x squared times v, which is the original bottom, which is tan of 3x, minus u, which is 10x cubed minus 11, the original top line of the fraction, times v dash, which is 3 times 6 squared of 3x, and that whole thing is divided by v squared. So we're squaring tan of 3x, which gives us tan squared of 3x. So the derivative of 10x cubed minus 11 all over tan of 3x is 30x squared times tan of 3x minus 3 times 10x cubed minus 11 times 6 squared of 3x. All of that over tan squared of 3x. Last function to differentiate. So we've got y dash equals cotangent. What does cotangent differentiate to? That's minus cosec squared. So we've got minus cosec squared of that same bracket, 6x, multiply by that derivative of that bracket. 6x differentiates to 6. So we've dealt with the cot 6x so far. Now what does cosec differentiate to? That's cosec times cotangent. So it's going to be cosec of the same bracket, 12x squared, times cotangent of that same bracket, 12x squared, multiply that by the derivative of the inside of the bracket, which is 24 times x. So now we've got the derivative of cosec of 12x squared is minus 24 times x times the cosec of 12x squared cot of 12x squared. So we've differentiated the second term. Now we need to differentiate the third term, which is going to be secant of 18x cubed. So if we differentiate that thing, secant differentiates to secant times tan. So this is going to be secant of that same bracket, 18x cubed, times tan of the same bracket, which is 18x cubed. And we need to multiply that by the derivative of 18x cubed, which 18 times 3 is 54 times x squared. Okay, so the derivative of cot 6x plus cosec 12x squared minus secant of 18x cubed is minus 6 times the cosec squared of 6x minus 24 cosec of 12x squared cot 12x squared minus 54x squared times the secant of 18x cubed tan of 18x cubed. Okay, thanks for watching. Over and out.